Peace, 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 perfect and complete peace. Good day. I'm just going to give it a couple moments. I want to share on social media, and then we will get started. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Okay. Today we're going to do our hexagram reading. And we're going to do that. So I'm just going to give it a couple of moments to see who comes into the chat room. Welcome, Safo. Welcome. And please bear with me. I'm just posting, getting some posts made just to put the word out there. And then we will get started. We're going to be doing hexagram number 18, as I said. Welcome, Marie. If I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, please let me know. So if it's A, Mari, or if it's B, Mary, or if it's C, Marie. So which one is it? A, Mari, B, Mary, or C, Marie? Please tell me, because A, Mari. I was right. That's how I was thinking it was. I thought it was Mari. Thank you. Welcome, Critical Break. Welcome. So I'm just posting to social media right now. This is a one-woman deal. And okay. So it's been an interesting week for me. I would have to say it's probably been a very interesting last 6 months of my life. And, trying to stay grounded. Kiskonen, was that right? Kiskonen or Kiskonen, Marie? Kiskonen or Kiskonen? Trying to stay grounded in my life, trying to keep my heart, trying to keep my heart open. It's not always easy in this day and age, and I don't know if it's simply because I've gotten older. Maybe the world and people were always this way, but it just seems like there's more and more people who are anxiety ridden, people who are suffering from depression. It seems like there's this great lack of an inability to love and be loved. And it's like it's almost seems as though those who have the ability to do it, it's like, I don't know. I'm not even sure how to even articulate my feelings. But it seems like a lot of people are struggling. A lot of people are in pain. Even myself, I have my up and down days. I'm definitely not a flatlined, even keeled person. And I'm sure those of us here in the chat room have our stuff. And I feel that the most important thing is, as both I and Critical Break D puts forward is to not neglect the inner child. You know, I'm not Christian, but I always like that verse in the New Testament where it said, lest ye become like little children, something like that. You will not enter the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven. And to me, that is sort of like you can't enter a state of joy, a state of contentment, a state of joy, unless you're willing to see the world as a little child, to be open to joy, to be open to love, to be open to happiness. One thing, you know, I've raised 4 children, still have one little one at home, so that's the 4th one still at home. And the one thing I witness with little children, even, God forbid, even the ones who are in the midst of not always being treated the best, little children are always willing to love and to be open. They're willing to let go. They let go of things that hurt. You know, they might cry, they might pitch a tantrum, but then they move forward. They don't keep going back to, do you remember when you did this to me? Do you remember that? So because you did this, I'm never going to. No, they see life anew. So I want to encourage all of us who are going through things, who are being a support to others, who are attempting to be a support to ourselves. Do not give up on yourself. Do not give up. Please continue to nurture and revisit that inner child. Please continue to say yes. Not yes to the dress, but yes to yourself. Yes to love. Yes to trust. Yes to having faith that life will work out for the best. I know I just went off on a little tantrum, little tirade, so take from it what you may and leave the rest. Okay, so we're not going to stay super long today because I do have a client that I have to be at their home at 9 o'clock this morning. But I wanted to take time to do quick reading. So we are working with hexagram number 18. But of course, before we get to hexagram number 18, let's see, where is that? I know I just had it. Oh, here it is. It was hidden underneath my scarf. We're going to do reading from the Tao Te Ching. Okay. All right. So I'm going to read. I'm going to read chapter 59 and chapter 60. Because I opened right to chapter 60 and I was kind of encouraged to turn the page backwards. So that's what we're going to do now. Chapter 60, 59. Okay. Staying on the way. In looking after your life and following the way, gather spirit. Gather spirit early. And so redouble power, and so become invulnerable. Invulnerable, unlimited. You can do what you like with material things, but only if you hold to the mother of things will you do it for long. Have deep roots, a strong trunk. Live long by looking long. Another way I think of taking a look, pun intended, at looking long is to have a wider perspective. You know, let go of myopia, let go of just what's right in front of your face. 60, staying put. Rule a big country. the way you cook a small fish. If you keep control by following the way, troubled spirits won't act up. They won't lose their immaterial strength, but they won't harm people with it, nor will wise souls come to harm. And so, neither harming the other, these powers will come together in unity. Staying put. Following the Tao. Following the ways that the energy is presenting itself and moving to and fro. Sticking to that. Okay. And we will look, the one we just finished reading, I forgot to, was Tao Te Ching, book about the way and the power of the way by Ursula Le Guin. And we're going to look at the translation by John C.H. Wu of Shambhala, chapter 59. In governing a people and in serving heaven, there is nothing like frugality. To return before straying is to have a double reserve of virtue. To overcome everything is to reach an invisible height. Only he who has reached an invisible height can have a kingdom. Only he who has got the mother of a kingdom can last long. This is the way to be deep-rooted and firm-planted in the Tao, the secret of long life and lasting vision. There we have that mother again. You know, everybody wants to negate the mother and stick to patriarchal ways, but we must remember the mother is the origin of life. Ruling a big kingdom, chapter 60, ruling a big kingdom is like cooking a small fish. When a man of Tao reigns over the world, demons have no spiritual power. Not that the demons have no spiritual power, but the spirits themselves do no harm to men. Not that the spirits do no harm to men, but the sage himself does no harm to his people. If only the ruler and his people would refrain from harming each other, all the benefits of life would accumulate in the kingdom. There we go. So again, we are doing hexagram number 18. Hexagram number 18. And let's see, what do we have in hexagram number 18? It's called decay. On the Tao Oracle, Ma Padma Devi calls it work on what has been spoiled. And the key words are healing, correct past mistakes, make repairs, clean up corruption, restore balance, responsible action. And this hexagram, I'll show you what the bone script, the bone seal script looks like. Isn't that beautiful? It's beautiful. For something titled Decay, that is, I think, a very beautiful pictogram there. So this one is made of mountain, bagua, and wind. Mountain over wind. An infestation results in the decay of matter. Dogma causes degeneration. There has been spoilage and degeneration. So it is critical to take action immediately. The father is not fit to lead. The successor son must rise to the occasion. Great obstacles to come. Prevent further atrophy. Strive to be virtuous. Do not go forward if you seek power. Go forward only if you rise with pure heart. Undertake the daunting challenge for the critical timing of events. Look to Jupiter. the spring season, and the midnight hour. And with mountain over wind, let's look into mountain, keeping still, persevering energy through stability, resting, respite, contemplation, discipline, resting state, rumination, completion, meditation, cultivation, and the element is earth. Life aspects, knowledge, education, skills, wisdom. The root chakra, animal, wolf. Archetype, the scholar, the artist. And then we have wind, gentle thoughts, enter gently, proceeding conscientiously, flexibility, adaptability, influence, sensitivity, responsiveness, pervasiveness, assimilation. Wood is the element. Finances and assets is the life aspect. The chakra is sacral chakra. The archetype, the martial artist, the animal, the fowl. So you have mountain over wind. And we can look at this one last time. So on the one hand, you have mountain, which represents the root chakra, that corresponds to the root chakra. And then the wind corresponds to the sacral chakra, your seat of creation, your foundation of your life, and your seat of creation. Keeping still and connect with gentle thoughts. And that is a way to bring renewal to that which has died. This is a beautiful image of a young woman, a mother, planting a sapling among the brush, among the dead trees, planting new life. Reminds me of what I started talking about in the beginning of this, where I mentioned that, a lot of us are going through things. A lot of us are dealing with anxiety, depression, being a support to those. And even when we're being a support, we're struggling with our own anxiety or our own self-doubt. And we have to take time to be still like a mountain and to tend to our thoughts, our emotions, and be willing to, just as a little child, be willing to see things anew, be willing to say, as in the Hebrew it goes, mazeh, what is this? What is this? And be willing to look at things with fresh eyes. As you see in this image, instead of mourning over the dead brush and the dead trees and the desolation, she's being still. You see the mountain like right in the back. It sort of blends into her shawl. It's almost as if she's rising up out of the earth. She's being still like a mountain, but being totally grounded. And she's planting her gentle thoughts. What it reminds me of also, another correspondence, I remember when I was going through my Buddhist ministerial training, and I was in the midst of really, truly having a dark night of the soul episode in my life that, every day was a struggle for me because of outside situations that had been thrown on me. And of course, choices that we make in our life, putting us in touch with this element or that element, things happen. And I remember struggling with staying grounded and doing what I needed to do to protect myself but at the same time, be open and compassionate towards the situation that I was involved in. And I was really trying not to have anger and hatred and frustration dealing with another person. And I remember saying to my sensei, Reverend Koyo Kabose, because I knew that he was a retired psychology professor. So I thought, he could help. And I remember saying, wow, 6 inches of snow, CB, awesome. Or not. That would not be awesome for me. But anyway, I remember saying to him, Sensei, is there some Buddhist scripture or something that I can meditate and focus on when these thoughts of despair or thoughts of anger towards the situation, towards the person would flare up? And I've mentioned this before on one of the shows. He had sent me, and I have to find it and keep it with my belongings. He sent me a copy of the kanji, which is the Japanese script, the traditional Japanese script for the word crisis. And he said the kanji for crisis has 2 parts. The first part is danger, and the second part is opportunity. And so I reflect on that right now, because as I'm looking at hexagram number 18, the sadness or danger that she's facing is the decay and the death of the forest, the decay and the death. But instead of mourning and, boo-hoo and mourning, what is she doing? She's taking an opportunity to plant new life. There's an opportunity for healing. There's an opportunity for correcting past mistakes. There's always an opportunity for making repairs, for cleaning up, for restoring balance, and taking responsible action. So I leave this with all of us today. Let's try to be mindful of our thoughts, of our actions, of our intention, and to know, are we taking advantage of the crisis before us? We've scouted the danger, but what are we doing with the newly found opportunity? There's always an opportunity for something new. Rising like the phoenix out of the ashes. Planting a new tree when the lightning has finally struck down and decimated the old apple tree that was on its last leg anyway. So there you go. Does anyone have any comments or thoughts? Any comments or thoughts? Let me know before we bring this to a close. And I have enough time to enjoy the rest of my cold oatmeal. I had a nice cup of black tea this morning. Sent my little one off to the bus stop. Friends came to pick him up, which was nice because I did not want to go out. Nothing like cold oatmeal. Oh, and you know what? I can't let you go yet. We have one last reading, which is 18. Work on what has been spoiled. So let's go ahead and get Brian Brown Walker's inspiration in before we go. A challenge to improvement. That which has been spoiled through neglect can be rejuvenated through effort. Receiving this hexagram is a sign that there is a defect in the attitude of oneself, another, or one society that should be corrected. Your task is now to bring conscientious thought and action to an area where stagnation has set in. Perhaps you engage in continual doubt about the wisdom of behaving according to proper principles. Perhaps you indulge in greed or vengeful thinking or a harsh manner. In any case, the time has come to root out decay. The I Ching counsels us to work energetically at this task, but only after proper deliberation. We are advised to spend 3 full days in understanding the defect, another day in resolving sincerely to remove it, and then 3 more days, and then 3 more days watching carefully to ensure that it does not return. This steady application of attention to the matter is the wind that carries away stagnation and brings new life in its place. It is likely that the problem is an old one, and equally likely that no solution will be immediately evident. We are cautioned not to abandon the cause. Only perseverance will reveal the great reward that is concealed within the problem. Whether the fault lies in yourself, another, or your community, the requirement is the same. Watch closely while remaining quiet, innocent, and sincere. After you have clearly identified the problem, act unswervingly to eliminate it without abandoning gentleness and inner balance in the process. When this course is completed, good fortune will be met. So there you go. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I wish you peace and great bliss. Thank you. And thank you, CB, Mari. Have a beautiful day.